With the rise of LLMs, almost everyone has played around with it, asking questions ranging from the banal to the profound. Some have probably even played around so much that they have exhausted the free trial and were prompted to pay tokens, at which point most would move on to the next cheap thrill. Or perhaps they have small children who, after interrogating them with a sequence of whys, have forced them into an exposition on light refraction, just to explain why the sunset is redder than the sunrise. Some children exhaust their parental patience budget and are stonewalled or assigned chores. How many questions does it take to become annoying? What exactly determines the price of an answer? Is it the storage space cost? Is it the lookup time? Is it the computational effort? Or the unbearable burden of knowing? Have you ever played a game called 20 Questions? Among the innumerable variants, there is one with the following setup. Player 1 chooses a number in a finite set. Let us say the integers from 1 to 100 inclusive. Player 2 must correctly infer the chosen number by asking player 1 a series of yes-no questions. We assume that player 1 does not lie. The goal is to exactly deduce the hidden number using the fewest questions. As you may have guessed, binary search is a good strategy to use here. A quick recall of binary search in this algorithm. You choose a middle value like 50.5 in this case, and ask if the number is bigger than it. We skip 50 to save comparison question. And then, depending on the answer, you now have halved your search space. So you can repeat this exercise until you have an interval narrow enough for only one value. Now, I deliberately avoid claims of optimality as those often come with caveats. For example, if player 2 has prior information on the strategy of player 1, that could be used to reduce the search space faster. Now, binary search is all fine and well when the search space is finite and well ordered. But how do you define the search space when you don't even know all possible outcomes? There is a saying, a problem well posed is half solved. If you are the religious type, or just desperate, you may sometimes find yourself asking God for guidance or answers via prayer. Ironically, this is also what scientists do when they conduct an experiment. They are querying the universe in some small way, asking how it behaves under controlled conditions so that recordings can be tallied and by the grace of mathematics the laws that govern our universe be inferred. Or at the very least generate enough content to publish a paper and not get fired from those coveted academic positions. Looking at the cost of CERN, we see that the deepest questions often require the deepest pockets. In contradistinction, prayer is a lot cheaper and a lot less effective. Well, depending on whom you pray to, I suppose. Moral of the story: know that the asking price for asking is often only a lower bound. Remember back in high school, that staple of all shared experiences, when the teacher asked the stupid kid if he understood, to which the kid invariably answers in the negative, prompting the teacher to ask, which part do you not understand? To which the stupid kid, true to his character, would respond with, everything. Chances are that even the class does at least grasp the existence of numbers, and this passing understanding can be used, possibly after remedial fortification, as a foundation to learn more. Back in the day, before the internet trivialized knowledge, there were these books called encyclopedias. Inside these tomes, the topics ranged from trivia like electromagnetism to essential facts about the courtship songs of now extinct species of Galapagos birds. But before you buy one of these expensive encyclopedia series, you need to gauge its worth. If you were an expert enough to judge the contents of a whole encyclopedia series, why would you need to buy it? The trick is that there is usually a topic in the series that you are familiar with, that you can measure the quality of the whole part. Granted, this is approximate, prone to error, like so much in life. I sometimes at work sneak pointless jargon into my corporate interactions just to see if my coworkers adopt them. I use this to gauge to what extent they are playing the chameleon as opposed to simply understanding the subject. There is an inscription above the entrance to the Temple of Delphi. Know thyself, a warning to all those who would come seeking the oracle. Moral of the story, you have to know what you know and why you think it is that you know what you know before asking for the unknown. Full disclosure, soothsayers, both modern and ancient, make prevarications so vague they are essentially useless. Earth shaking fire from the center of the earth will cause tremors around the new city. Two great rocks will war for a long time. Then Arethusa will redden a new river. My take, you are better off crunching numbers than bankrolling gypsies.